Hi folks, it's Jack Malcolm here, and I want to talk to you about the best part of any persuasive presentation, the Q&A. Now I know some of you may have a little trouble believing that, but I'll get to that in just a second and tell you why I do think it's the best part. But I'm going to give you 3 ideas that will help you to make sure that the Q&A becomes absolutely the best part of your presentation. And the 3 ideas go around the acronym PAR, P-A-R. They are preparation, attitude, and response. Let me go through them one by one. First of all, you want to be able to think on your feet. You want to be able to be ready for anything, and the best way to do that is to do all the preparation beforehand. Put yourself into the listener's shoes, into their perspective, and try to anticipate every single question or objection they may have, and then make sure you're absolutely prepared for those. If it's a really important presentation, get your peers to help you. You might even formally form what we used to call a red team, just to get people to try to give you the toughest questions that they can stump you with. And some of your peers will be merciless, and that's great because that's exactly what you want, because if you can get through them, then you can get through your customer's Q&A. Second is attitude, and this is absolutely key, and this is why I say that it's the best part of your presentation. If you view the Q&A as just an obstacle to get through in order to be able to go home, or to kind of think, well, the most important thing is the presentation, now I just got to get through the Q&A and I'll be all right, then that attitude is going to come through. You're going to look defensive, you're going to look fearful, and you're going to look like you just can't wait to get away. What you want to do is change your attitude completely and see the Q&A as an opportunity and not a threat. It's an opportunity for 3 reasons. First of all, it's an opportunity to truly gauge where the audience's thinking is. Not only to see if they're interested, because how many times have you given a presentation and said, hey, any questions? And dead silence in the room. That tells you that nobody was interested enough to ask any questions. So if they're asking questions, it's a great sign of interest, and then the questions that they ask will tell you exactly what you need to do to get over the hump and to get what you came for. Second is, it's an opportunity to be yourself a little bit more than in a presentation. You can relax a little bit and be a lot more conversational than you are in a presentation, and that's going to help you look good to the audience as well. And finally, there are many people in that audience who come there and they just want to test you. If they're going to invest several $1,000,000 of the company's money in your proposal, they want to know how strongly you believe, and sometimes the only way that they can get that is by asking you that question directly. So they like to ask those questions, and this is your chance to shine. Finally, let's talk about what happens when a question is asked. The first thing you absolutely need to do is listen to the question. There are so many people that are so worried about what the answer is going to be that they haven't listened to the full question. And what message does that send, besides the fact that if you don't listen to the question, you may not be able to answer the right question? Second is, don't be afraid to pause. This isn't Jeopardy. You're not going to get points for having the fastest answer or ringing that buzzer before anybody else. You can pause and take a couple of seconds to collect your thoughts. You can think a lot faster than you can talk, and in those couple seconds you have a lot of thinking time to come up with a better answer. Plus the fact that pausing is going to make you look more thoughtful. Olivia Cabane, who wrote the Charisma Myth, said that it increases your presence if you pause before you answer. Now, a guy that I used to work with, a little less scientifically, used to say that your perceived IQ goes up by 10 points if you pause before answering. Then, the next one, and this may sound obvious, but how many times have we seen people violate this rule? Answer the question. Now, you may have thought that they should have asked a different question, or maybe that sparked something that you want to say. If you want to add something, that's great, but you need to earn the right by answering the question first. Once you answer the question, assume it's answered and go on to the next question. So preparation, attitude, and response. If you can pull those 3 together, then you're going to be like a Michael Jordan or a Tom Brady. What separates them from everybody else? When the game is on the line, when everything depends on performance in those few final closing minutes, they want the ball in their hands, and that's the way you want it. You want to be ready for the Q&A.